So today's video we're going to talk about some of the potential precious metal scams to avoid, and in particular those that affect people who are buying gold. So some of the things to watch out for, some of the red flags and pitfalls, things to avoid. So the first one is going to be simply counterfeit coins or bars. So in the first instance, you've got the ones where the metal content is not what it's meant to be. So like in this case, this is not a genuine sovereign, whereas obviously these other ones are. If you look, the detail is very close, but it's far too thick. It isn't made of any gold, and there's various other issues with that as well. In this case, though, the coin date and monarch combination does actually exist, though. You notice that the portrait isn't quite right, and various things that you can find when you look closely. So maybe using a loop or some sort of magnification. If you use some scales to obviously weigh the coin, you can tell that there is something fishy. And if you've got a bit more, perhaps a bit more money to invest in testing equipment, then you've got things like the XRF machines, which are a more commercial piece of kit, not something that the average stacker is going to have, but also the Sigma verifiers, which is what I use sometimes as well. So that's the first one. The second one is a numismatic counterfeit. So the coin might actually look like a genuine sovereign. There is a few videos on my channel. There was one suspect half sovereign I had in the past, and you do see them from time to time online. So worth bearing in mind that there could be a counterfeit that does contain the correct amount of gold, but it isn't a genuine coin because it's been made to not necessarily fool a collector, but fool somebody into thinking that it's worth a higher premium than what it actually is. So, for example, just a normal typical bullion sovereign might be around £450 at the moment, but a shield sovereign might be something like 470, 480, and you might have certain ones that would grade well that are perhaps a bit more rare, and that might go for more than that. So in that case, you could afford to use the actual real gold content and still make the profit on that premium that the numismatic coin would have. So that is the first two. The second one is like a take the money and run kind of a scam. So when you're buying coins, maybe using the secondhand market, maybe using social media, various online marketplaces. So the coin may never have actually existed. So it wasn't even there. Maybe the person just took a photo from someone online and basically they, stole the photo, used the photo to sell what was a genuine coin and just put it up as their own. Once you've paid, they suddenly disappear. The next kind that is in the same kind of ballpark is that the person does have the coin. So let's say I have this nice shield sovereign here, and perhaps what I do is I take a photo and it's got the date and everything, it's got the scales, I could do a photo on the scales. I could put my username if I was using whatever online marketplace and today's date, and it would look like I do have the coin in hand, and there it would be. And then what I could do is I could sell the coin multiple times. So obviously not something I'm going to do, I'm not an online scammer, but you could sell the coin to multiple people, you take multiple payments, and then whatever else, you basically just disappearing after that. So you've got to be wary of that. So one of the ways you can avoid it is to make sure that the person has a photo with the coin, with the date, maybe with some sort of username or some sort of information that you could give to them, so you can maybe get them to write your name if you're buying it, and then they've less chance of them just stealing somebody else's photo because it's got your name in their photo written down. So there's things like that you can do. Nothing's foolproof, but generally most online marketplaces have some sort of feedback system, or in some cases they have like some sort of a guarantee or a safety thing. Like eBay has a money back guarantee. So as a buyer, you're pretty well protected, but it can still just be the hassle and things like that. So that's why personally I often buy from dealers, and mostly buy from dealers, just because the reputation's there. I don't have to worry for the sake of a few pounds. If I want just basic bullion sovereigns, I can get them there, and in some cases even cheaper than buying on the second-hand market. So it just depends. So next we're going to go into some other types of scams, which are mainly digital. So first of all, one that comes up on YouTube a lot is in the comment section, you get people impersonating content creators. So people would, for example, take my picture and they'd take a very similar looking username to mine and they'd impersonate me in my video comments. You know, it's more likely to happen on bigger channels, but it does happen. I've seen it happen on my own. And basically someone will comment in there and say, hey, you know, message me on WhatsApp, this is the number, and I've got a special deal for my subscribers or something. So I haven't, you know, anything that I'm affiliated with or I'm, you know, sharing, suggesting is in the video description or the pinned comment if I do a pinned comment. So just beware of that, you know, in the comment section. You get some sort of accounts that are pretending to be someone they're not. And, you know, you think, oh, that's Sovereign Saurus. You know, you click on the link or you go in and, you know, start messaging this person. And it isn't actually the creator you think it is. So I always disable links in the comments just for that reason, just to prevent that. And I do try and stay on top of all the scams in the comment section as well. But, you know, you just got to be quick on them. And sometimes, you know, they'll get through YouTube's filters. Next, you could have somebody offering, you know, another service. So, you know, they're pretending to be someone they're not, but they're offering something else and trying to, you know, lead you into another service. So the next one is a phishing scam. So you might just get an email out of the blue or a message out of the blue from somebody. You know, they often use like famous people's names. So you might get Bill Gates saying you've won a competition, or Mark Zuckerberg, or whoever, you know, some sort of celebrity saying you've won a competition and they need your details to send you some money, things like that. You know, it's a bit far-fetched, but people are obviously falling for it, so just be wary. And the next one is, let's say you are a seller, so you're selling something, and what somebody has been doing in different places on apparently Facebook Marketplace, they're basically offering to pay for your item that you're selling, and they are paying, but what they're doing is they're sending a screenshot which is showing that they've paid too much. So let's say you're selling this coin online for £450 and they send you a screenshot saying, I'm sorry, I've actually sent you £4,500, I put an extra zero on, you know, can you refund me the difference? So you then thinking, oh, well, yeah, of course, you know, I don't want to take too much money, it's you know, it's your money, you've paid too much. So you send back the money that they sent you, and they just made all that money because they never actually sent it you in the first place. They just sent you a screenshot that they've edited to make it look like they sent you that much. So it's something that, you know, could happen. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit deceiving. Obviously, it's not an honest thing to do, not something I would recommend, but just be wary of it. You know, check the actual bank statement, check the money has come in, and check they have paid too much if indeed that is what has happened. And you know, just be wary. So there are obviously various other scams and things around, which some of them are a bit more general, though they're not you know, they're not sort of specific to gold and silver. So some of the other ones just to be wary of is like schemes where they're guaranteeing a certain return. You know, I'm a gold trader, so, you know, send me this money into your account or into my account and it'll copy my trades or whatever it might be, and, you know, you can make money, blah blah blah. There's various things like that. You know, there are profitable traders out there, and most of them, you know, they're making the money from the trading, but there are some that sell courses and things, and that's not really what we're talking about today. You know, that's not necessarily a scam. They might be teaching something that they, you know, a genuine skill, so that's totally different. But the scams that I wanted to avoid and want us all to avoid, you know, the more aware we are, the more aware we all are, the better for, you know, us in general. So hopefully nobody here has been caught out by any scams, and if you've seen anything and you want to share in the comments, you know, what it might have been or how you avoided something, I'd love to hear any extras in the comment section. So hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one for something a bit more positive.